When when did you realize that the nurturing is what you were missing in your life?
Not till I got older.
And
Yeah.
how'd you come to that realization?
Therapy.
Now back to your music. So you're going to the studio,
hmm
letting out these emotions. You're listening to different artists.
hmm
When you started going to the studio, was it a hobby for you, or did you think early on that this is something I want to pursue professionally?
It was a hobby. I used to struggle with that a lot more
Mm-hmm.
back when I first started, like trying to top my last or
Yeah.
worrying about because I feel like black people, we the only people that do this to each other, but like they say that, oh, he fell off.
Turning that noise out, how did you do it? Was it just like I can't worry about them?
I got
Just an easy
older.
decision or therapy?
I got older.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get older, you stop caring about what other people think. I just won a Grammy. I make decent money from music. I make decent money from my clothing brand. I still have a job.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm
I
not
got a few of them.
and I'm not scared to say that.
Welcome to the xoMAN podcast. I'm your host, Kiara Walker.
They say men don't talk. They hold it all in, never let their guard down. But here, we like to do things differently. I sit down with Black men from all walks of life, actors, singers, entrepreneurs, athletes, and everyday guys, to peel back the layers of who they are beyond the stereotypes. A space where Black men get to be real, raw, and unfiltered. We're talking about relationships, love, success, struggles, fears, and the parts of masculinity that don't always get the spotlight. Some conversations will challenge what you think you know. Some might make you laugh, and some might just make you look at the men in your life a little differently. So whether you're here to learn or just hear some dope conversations, you're in the right place. So pull up, listen in, and let's have the conversations that matter. It's time for the xoMAN podcast to begin.
Welcome back to the xoMAN podcast. I'm your host, Kiara Walker, and this week we are joined by Grammy Award winning artist Translee. Welcome to the show.
What's up? What's up? Happy to be here.
Thank you. I'm so glad you were able to make it, y'all. Translee came through in the clutch because we had to do some last minute switch arounds, and he came in here, and I already know he's going to be bringing the great vibes.
Come on now.
So before we started recording, I was talking to him. So you're from Alabama, right?
Yes.
What part?
Huntsville, Alabama.
Huntsville. So what brought you to Atlanta?
So
Music?
So to go back, I was born in Albany, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
But then my stepdad's job moved us to Alabama. So I was raised there until I became an adult, and then I moved back to Georgia, which came to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
For music, is what I came back for. Me and my manager, who's here now, we came here, and he had got an internship with Collipark Music, and
Okay.
I was just kind of tag along. I kind of interned too, and that kind of brought us here and put us right in the mix of Atlanta music scene, and we've been kind of going from there.
Did you always know you wanted to do music?
No, well, my mom died when I was 16,
Mm-hmm.
and that created a energy of poetry inside of me, like going to the studio and writing just was how I coped.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got good at it. I got good at it, and then it became a career for me.
What a blessing.
Mhm.
Because it doesn't happen for everybody.
True.
Now, I wish I had musical abilities. I have none. I think I'm tone deaf. Like, it's not a chance in the world. So it's great to be able to talk to people.
So you
who
don't even
do-
get down in the shower and then you don't have your favorite
Oh,
song?
I'll do it. But I
Okay.
mean, to be able to do it professionally,
Okay.
absolutely not. I actually think people might pay me to shut up.
Hey,
You know?
once
Okay.
you get paid.
Now, before we learn more about that journey and how you figured out how to turn the poetry into music, we're going to play a quick icebreaker.
Okay.
Little game we like to call red flag, green flag.
Okay.
So I will present a few different situations to you, and you tell me if this is a red flag or a green flag. Now, most of these are probably going to be about dating, which we'll talk about
Okay.
later. But these are light, easy ones.
Yeah.
Okay, first one. Would you date a girl who is an Auburn fan?
Do I say red flag?
You
green
say
flag?
red flag, green flag. Could you date somebody like that? Is it a red flag?
like I
during
like sports.
football season.
I like sports, but I'm not that. Like, I wouldn't not date somebody. I wouldn't close off a dating opportunity because of a sports team, because actually that can be fun. Posing like a house,
Have a
a house
rivalry.
divided.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now my dad, he might, you know, like
A little different.
Yeah, like he wasn't even trying to pay for my sister to go to Auburn.
Really?
Yeah, nah. He didn't want her to even go to.
Did she go?
Nah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Daddy put his foot down. I know
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Dating someone who has separated from their partner for a year, like from their husband for a year, but hasn't actually filed for a divorce.
Red flag.
Why you say that?
Just end it first before I get it, because I don't know what he on. You know, like that can get tricky. That can get very tricky, and like I be loving hard, so it's like I don't want to get involved in something, and then you all of a sudden might be like, I want my family back. You know, I don't want to get involved, so you just end it. You know,
Yeah, and nobody wants to end up the topic of a true crime podcast.
That part.
Okay, next one. Dating someone who is too go with the flow. They're super laid back and they don't like to plan anything.
Oh gosh.
Are you a planner?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I'm learning to be better with that, because that is I'm learning that is expected from women these days.
Yeah, and
I think it's always been like that. And you know, because it's a lot of things that we have to do in relationships that us men we don't necessarily want to do.
Like what?
But like planning dates and stuff like that. But you have to do it. You know, if you want to keep your woman happy, it's better to just do it and not fight it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why don't y'all like planning dates?
I like chilling and doing nothing. Like, that is a good day for me. But you know, sometimes, you know, and sometimes, like, I'm not saying I don't never want to do anything.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's like plan a date, come pick me up, pay for the date. You know what I mean? Which is fine. But that's just what it is now. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, but y'all have responsibilities too. You gotta get your nails done, hair. It's a lot that y'all have to do too. So, you know, I don't mind it. I don't mind. I'm not one of those guys that fights it.
Okay.
I don't fight the 50. I don't go on a date and expect the woman to pay for any. I'm not one of them type of guys. Like, I just do it. You know what I mean?
So she's not a planner and you only like to plan sometimes. Would it be a red flag that she's very go with the flow? Or maybe y'all might be on the same type of time?
I think that in the beginning, I should plan more. But once we get locked in, please, by all means, plan some stuff.
So maybe it's a green flag if she's go with the flow, because then you can plan when you're ready.
Nah.
Oh, no?
No. I'm saying that's kind of a what's red and green mixed together.
Yellow.
That's
well,
kind of a
not
yellow
mixed
flag.
together, but something in between.
Yeah, that's kind of a yellow flag. Because I don't want you to just not plan or care about anything, just float along. You know what I mean? Because at that point, we ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I can't handle the go with the flow too much either. Okay, next one. Could you, or is it a red flag if somebody is financially unstable?
depends on your age. To me,
How old are you?
39.
Let's say she's at least 35.
Red flag. Yes.
Like, unstable, girl. You don't need to be dating.
Yes.
You got other priorities, huh?
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like you get a pass if you're still in your 20s trying to figure it out. You know?
Yeah.
That's kind of the name of the game. It's a rough world out here. So
20s were definitely very unstable mentally, financially. Everything was just unstable. It was just like a Jenga game walking around the streets, falling apart everywhere.
Exactly.
Okay. Is a red flag if she does not introduce you to her homegirls after 6 months of consistent dating. Not a single one of them.
That's kind of a red flag if you ain't met none of her friends.
What would you think if that happened?
I would think that I was just part of her roster, and I would move accordingly.
Definitely would be part of her roster.
I would have a conversation about it, but if I just never met any, if you just, especially if you have, because some girls don't be having friends too. But if you
That's
have
very true.
friends that you hang out with and you see often, you just never, we've just never all linked, then I think that's a red flag.
I think if it was flipped, I would think either I'm on the roster and I am nowhere near the top, right? Or your friends are not real. These are imaginary friends and you shame and you don't even have nobody to introduce me to. You don't know how to tell me that. And you're
Could
really
be that too.
lame. And now I'm thinking you crazy. Okay, last one. She asked you to come over to her house after the first date. Do you think that's a red flag?
Green flag.
Green flag. Ready to go. You already said you like to chill.
I don't really place a lot of energy on like, oh, it's the first date, we can't, you know what I mean? Like it's whatever, however it flows, because we're grown. Like, we grown. So 10 times out of 10, I'm gonna be dating a grown woman who know what she want out of life. And somebody was talking about a woman that was in her like upper 30s and saying like, oh, she's a HOE. And I'm like, first of all, when a woman is that grown, ain't no such thing as she's not they aren't H's no more. They're just doing what they want to do. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's a green flag for me.
And that's so disheartening to know that there are still people out there saying that. Like, grow up.
Grow up, yeah. It's like, come on, that's not even a thing.
We were just talking about timelines earlier and how I feel about like the dating games and like going into dating with strategies and timelines. And I'm just like, oh my God, I hate it. I don't like playing the games. I don't think that applying a timeline or a time rule is really going to make that much of a difference.
Nah.
I can wait 90 days and he's still going to think whatever he thinks of me.
Exactly.
And I might have wasted my time waiting 90 days for disappointment when I could have found out on day 2.
Day 2, right. What it is.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on and I want to learn more about you. You talked about being from Albany actually originally and then moving to Alabama and coming back. And your mom passed away when you were a teenager. When that happened, how did you feel initially? And how did you deal with those emotions?
Man, that whole time is a blur, sort of. Because, I knew that she was sick, but my family, they kind of sheltered us from what was really going on.
Yeah.
So by the time it had got like serious, it was like too late, and by the time we really found out, it was like, kind of too late. So I was just turning 16, coming into myself, and so I remember the night that it happened. It was a lot of family at my house. All of a sudden, everybody just started crying. It was just crazy. And I remember just going to my room and just kind of staring off into space. And I feel like I've been in that space ever since then. Just like to myself, I haven't really like I've been to myself to the point of I've kind of started raising myself at that moment. You know what I mean? Like my stepfather is a great provider and he's been there. But as far as like mentally, like Translee, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna handle this situation? Where do you want to move? How do you want? It's been all up to me. Like I decide everything about my life from that moment on. Because before, when she was alive, she was kind of in my life a lot. Like she would have been like she probably would have made me marry somebody a long time ago. You know what I mean? Just because like, stop playing with that girl though. You need to marry her, leave her alone. Like I didn't have none of that. So it's like every decision I made since then has been kind of my own decision. You know what I mean? So I think from that moment I felt kind of alone in the world a little bit, as far as just that nurturing ear or nurturing person there. I just haven't had that. So I think that's how I felt. And like the only way I could deal with that was going to the studio and just rapping about anything. So yeah.
When did you realize that the nurturing is what you were missing in your life?
Not till I got older.
And
Yeah.
how'd you come to that realization?
Therapy and getting in deeper relationships, because a lot of times once you get in a relationship, that'll be that's a mirror, and it show you a lot about yourself that you might not have known just being single or flinging. Once you get in a real deep relationship, you gotta have real conversations and real things happening, and you like, oh wow, I need to work on this. I need to, man, I have abandonment issues. Man, I crave a nurturer. Like, you don't realize these things until you're faced with it. So it wasn't until I got older, like, my 20s, I was just doing whatever. So yeah.
Now, as far as becoming a man and learning what it is to be a man, I know that you were missing that nurturing from your mother, and then you spoke on your stepfather being there as a provider, but who really taught you about what it is to be a man? Was that still just you trying to figure it out?
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
I hate to say it.
Okay, now wait a minute. It's lots of different genres within the hip hop parent genre. So who were your influences that were teaching you about manhood?
Really just having to go through life experiences and
But who were you listening to? I'm trying to see who was teaching you things in the music.
I was a big T.I. fan, a big Kanye fan, Jay-Z fan. Jay-Z give you $1 million worth of game in for $9.99.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot to be learned. I think a lot of our Black men are raised by hip hop culture. And I wouldn't say I was completely raised by them. I definitely pulled a lot of things from my stepfather, and my real dad. He's still in my life. I just didn't grow up with him. So, I was able to pull things from my stepfather about how to be a provider and how to, how to treat women and things like that. But just having a constant ear and somebody teaching me how to be a man, I learned all that on my own, just living life.
And then who taught you about love?
Once again, I had to learn it through. So there's family love, and then there's relationship, romantic love. Family love, I just learned from just being, having a family and seeing it, because my mom and stepdad, they had a good relationship. So I learned that, but just romantic love, I'm still learning, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. And it's crazy, scary. But I'm still learning
Why you say it's scary?
Because I feel like I'm getting on up there, and it's like, at what point do you figure it out? But I also have a friend of mine. She's in her 50s, and she was dating a guy that was in like 62, and they broke up because the guy was like, I'm still working on myself. And I'm like, golly, like,
now
62,
look,
when you gonna get it together? You know what I mean?
That sounds like my daddy.
So it's like, I'm still learning how to love correctly and pick correctly.
That picking to me is the hardest part. But I think that you never really have it all figured out.
Yeah.
But the thing that I think a lot of people don't figure out is just being open to change and being open to learning and realizing you don't have all the answers and everybody's different. And I think as long as you know that, you at least got the foundation figured out of, I got to be open and be able to be flexible with things.
Right.
Now back to your music. So you're going to the studio, letting out these emotions. You're listening to different artists. Even well, I guess I should ask, when you started going to the studio, was it a hobby for you, or did you think early on that this is something I want to pursue professionally?
It was a hobby. It was a hobby. To be completely honest, it wasn't until college when I met my manager Chris that it became where I could see a real career coming from it. because before that it was just in Huntsville. It's like it it's not. It's like the thought of truly making it was never even a thing to us because it just seemed so impossible.
Really?
Because we weren't even putting our music out. Like, we were just rapping. We weren't
Oh,
even
yeah.
really, nobody in the city even really knew that we even did music back then. We were just going to the studio and playing it for our homeboys, and that was it. We didn't even, back then, it wasn't even a lot of avenues to put your music on back
that's
then,
true.
way millions of years ago. So, it just didn't seem real until I got with Chris, and then it became sort of real. And then whenever we moved to Atlanta and got the internship, and now we're around people that are really doing it, like really doing it at a high level, then it became really real. Then it became, oh, I can do anything. I can have that, So it was tears. It like took, levels of growth to actually fully believe that it can happen.
Now, what was your family's reaction and your other friends' reaction to you sharing that you're pursuing music professionally?
I think that from my family, a lot of them didn't even know I was doing music. Like, by the time they found out I was really doing music, I was already had a record deal with Collipark Music. So I don't know if you know Collipark, Bubba Spar, Booty, he had
I
Yin
do.
Yang
Booty,
twins.
booty, rocking everywhere.
Yes, absolute legend. That's still our mentor to this day.
Yeah.
And
Your friends and family, what they thought, they didn't know until you had the record deal.
Like once they saw that we were rolling with them, there was like, I didn't have to go through that phase of like, you don't need to be rapping.
They had no time to.
They had no time to because
I
I was already had something major going on. Whether they understood it or not, they knew. And they also know that I wasn't calling asking them for nothing.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's good too.
Yeah. So they've been rooting pretty decently. I never had that problem of them being like, you need to do something with your life.
You need to get a real job.
Yeah, right.
I understand. Now, okay, so you get the record deal. Who are some of the people that you've either worked with, been mentors to you, or been just major influences outside of their music, but like one-on-one conversations and really helping you in the music industry?
Chris, definitely. Like, this guy right here is my like the biggest figure in my music career, helping me go along the way every step. And Collipark for sure, because I remember when I first moved here, I was trying to make songs that fit in with Atlanta and kind of not being myself. And I remember him telling me, like, you want to be somebody out here, or you want to just sound like everybody else? You want to stand out? And I remember from that moment, it kind of opened my eyes to like, do you? If you haven't felt it, seen it, touched it, heard it, don't rap about it.
Yeah.
And that's when I started seeing elevation in the game, because people like me for me and like me for what I had to talk about. And I didn't have to sound like anything else. I didn't have to do what anybody else was doing. It was just about speaking to my audience. You know what I mean? So I learned that from Collipark. And then definitely learned a lot from T.I., because I don't know if you know, but I'm signed with Tip.
Yeah.
Now that happened later in my journey here, but just watching him be so up in the game and so at a king status, but how hard he worked. Still, he's outworking us, you know what I mean? And that right there is a motivation too, just to see what it really takes to make it. It's not easy at all. So, you gotta be talented, and you also gotta have that dog work ethic in you.
Yeah, it's what separates you from everybody else. And
exactly.
Even when you think you make it, we see people make it and then they disappear.
You gotta keep it going. Yeah, you gotta keep it.
And that can be tiresome, right?
Making it is a lot easier than keeping it.
Okay. Because then it's like, now you're really competing against yourself and then a few others. But people have higher expectations now. They've seen you do something. Okay, what's next?
Exactly.
How do you deal with pressure, outside pressure that people may have for you to perform at a certain level and deliver certain things when you are doing something that is creative and personal to you?
I used to struggle with that a lot more
Mm-hmm.
back when I first started, like trying to top my last or,
Yeah.
worrying about like, because I feel like black people, we the only people that do this to each other, but like they say that, oh, he fell off. Like I hate when people do that because it's like we're not allowed to go through phases of life. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I used to be worried about that, like whenever, like back in the day, like, once I first kind of took off in my hometown, I became somebody in my hometown. Like I could
Mm-hmm.
go back home and now I'm walking through the mall, getting stopped, got to sign autograph, got to do radio interviews. Like I'm just a regular kid from Huntsville, and then I
Yeah.
go back to Huntsville, and now I'm like somebody. So then, like that fame or whatever, that success, it can consume you, and to the point where you feel like you got to maintain this level of like you can't be seen in a certain car, you can't be seen in. I used to wrap my mind
Yeah.
around stuff like that, and now I'm like, I do not care if you know what people think. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like you don't pay my bills, you don't help me do anything. I don't care what you think. You know what I mean? But I used to
Yeah.
really care about that. Like that, I used to let that pressure sit on me. Like, man, I gotta look a certain way. Like,
Yeah. It's like people think that you're not succeeding
mm-hmm,
if you don't look
mm-hmm,
like it to them.
mm-hmm.
And it's always interesting to me because it's like, you don't know what this person's idea of success
Success
is.
is.
And just because they're not draped in diamonds,
Mm-hmm,
be they real or not,
mm-hmm.
and fancy cars and designer clothing doesn't mean that they don't have any money,
Right.
or doesn't mean that they haven't made money, or doesn't mean that money is the marker of their success
Mm-hmm.
for them. You just don't know. And to put that pressure on people, because it is big, especially amongst the rappers. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like people make jokes about
Yeah.
it all the time. Turning that noise out, how did you do it? Was it just like I can't worry about them,
I got
just an easy
older.
decision, or therapy?
I got older.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get older, you stop caring about what other people think.
Yeah.
It's just a byproduct of
Age.
growing up,
And being comfortable with
being
yourself.
comfortable who you are,
Mm-hmm.
seeing a certain level of success and having that validation from legends in the game
Yeah, like,
that
well, I care what you
that
saying on
you're
Instagram.
yeah,
You
that
ain't did nothing.
yeah, right. Like I have gotten validation from people that have done amazing things in this business, and they're like, you that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had people just I've received so much beautiful validation from people that matter that it doesn't faze me what anybody says or thinks.
Yeah.
As far as my career is concerned, I'm on my journey.
Yeah. And you have just such like a calm, peaceful glow.
Mhm.
Can we talk about inner peace, outer glow
Let's talk
for a
about it.
minute?
Mhm.
So how'd you come up with this?
Man, so after the pandemic, me and my ex, she made me sit down and do a vision board, and I was already talking to one of my friends, my good friend Chris Hudson, who has a clothing brand. I was talking to him about starting something,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know what I wanted it to be. I just knew I wanted the word peace in it, and I remember I just wrote it. I wrote it like this is my handwriting. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I took a picture of it, and I got it digitized. And he allowed me to put it on some of his shirts just to start off. And literally the first month, it just kind of took off. It did way better than I would ever even imagine
Mm-hmm.
it doing. So I was like, well, I'm stuck now. Got to keep it going.
Yeah.
And to me, it was an inner peace was something that I went up and down with, that I struggled with. So to be able to put something out, I would notice anywhere I went, people would stop me and say, I really like that. Just something as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
They would just it would always pass the airport test. I could never go to the airport without somebody stopping me and saying something about it. So it made me realize that this is something that you can push that has a meaning, and it can help you and help others, you know what I mean? Just if they can figure out a way to live by it, because it's not about the cars, the jewelry, the money, and all that thing. They're nice to have, but if you make that your whole personality, then you're kind of missing the point of like, it's just about being at peace with yourself, and then you'll glow how you want to glow.
Yeah.
Some people aren't attractive to the world standards, but they just have such a peace about themselves that they're still attractive. They get everything they get everything that they ever wanted. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what it is. You know.
Yeah. I think that it's something about when somebody really and truly does seem like they are at peace with themselves. Life gets easier.
Yes.
To me. Would you agree?
I agree, definitely.
It's I would say sometime in my early 30s. It wasn't right at 30. But I remember I realized I'm okay with certain things that people don't like about me.
Yeah.
And the things I'm not okay with, I'm going to work on those because I don't like them either. And it's not about if other people can accept that. I just want to feel happy every day. The other stuff doesn't matter as much, and the other stuff can be taken away, but nobody can take my peace.
Take your peace away. Exactly.
Now, sometimes people do be making me mad and they piss me off, and I have to remind myself, okay, you gonna let this affect you for the rest of your day and how you move throughout your day because of this thing. Don't do that.
Don't let
then they win.
Don't let it drag on you.
Seeing a shirt or hat or whatever that says that, just walking by, seeing somebody else put it on would be a nice reminder. So I love that you have that.
Yeah,
out there.
I wish I had some extra merch on me. I would have brought you some.
All right, I'm gonna have to find it. Now, where do you sell it?
InnerPeaceOuterglow.com.
Easy enough.
It's
I'm to buy me some and buy it for some people who need some reminders too.
Hey.
You know, that's about to be everybody's little gift. Now, what was I gonna ask you about? Oh, so the group Translee and Gray. How did that collaboration come about?
Man, Gray, that's my brother, man. So I met Gray, probably roughly around maybe like 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. I saw him rapping at Apache, and I rarely see rappers that I feel like, not to toot my own horn, but that are on my level.
Okay.
As far as connecting. Like, a lot of people just be rapping, just saying stuff. But some rappers really connect. I feel like really, really connect. And as I was listening, I was like, this guy's dope. And when he got off stage, he already knew who I was. So we had an instant connection. And then that was that. But then my manager also is the guy that like records a lot of my music too.
Okay.
So Gray started recording with him too. And then Chris started managing him too. So now we're in the studio together. We're bumping shoulders in the studio now. He's leaving, I'm coming. So, you know, it became a thing where we just got close. And then in 2023, we just kind of decided like, hey, I have a fan base here. You have a fan base here. Let's lock arms and let's start, you know, doing the back and forth rap thing, and then just being creative with our concepts. Like, let's talk about things that people don't normally talk about in rap. And let's see, you know, kind of what we can do with it. And it really took off for it. Like, we had some really big viral moments. We had a successful project that we dropped. So, you know, we're still finding our way, but that's my dog. And yeah, so like me and Gray rocking. Yeah, for sure.
So when y'all are making music and you said we're gonna talk about things other people aren't talking about, what's your favorite thing to rap about that other people aren't rapping about when you are making music with Gray?
So one of our biggest, most viral moments was we did a flow where we pretended like we were going to try to get a job, because that's something I feel like rappers don't talk about enough.
Getting a job
is their job, you know, because it's so many rappers out here that rap, but it's like, you're not making any money. You're not making enough money to support your life. Come on, let's be real.
Right.
You have a
You're
job.
not selling drugs.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You're not, yeah. You're not. So it's like you're clocking in somewhere, or you're just, I guess, being a bum if you're not, you know, whatever. I'm not trying to call, you know, I'm just saying.
I'll say it.
I'm
That's
just saying,
what you're doing.
there's something that you're doing. So we wanted to highlight that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times it's just something that it's like cringe, like people didn't want to talk about my job. We went straight at it, and we started an entire series based on it. So I think that was one of my favorite moments in what we did because it shined a light. So many people were like, "Oh, I got a job too, bro. I'm so happy y'all brought this up because so that was one of my favorite moments.
Yeah. Do you think it's just like the audience that puts the pressure on rappers not to have jobs?
Yeah.
Or would you say it's other rappers too and other people like on the inside, whether they be managers or producers or whatever, do they ever say, maybe not your manager, but others are like, don't tell people you got a job. Keep up this image.
I've never had that. Chris has helped me get a job before. But it's probably less the managers and everybody telling it. I mean, I don't know. Some managers may want them to keep up a persona, but I think now the best thing you can do is be real. I think people respect that more than lying about what you got going on. But I definitely feel like it can be the social media pressure of like looking like you're doing something. And, people might feel less than if they got to show that they got to clock in somewhere, no matter what that job might be, But I think it's a superpower if you can show that and can rap about it. You know what I mean? And get where you're trying to go. I just won a Grammy. I make decent money from music. I make decent money from my clothing brand. I still have a job. So, and I'm not.
I got a few of them.
And I'm not scared to say that. So it's like,
you got to work.
Yeah.
Like, life costs money.
Yeah, lots of it.
And you got dreams that you want to pursue and all sorts of things. And people want to make it seem like you can't have a job. But people need jobs. And if you got one, hold on to it. The way the world is going. You need that stuff.
Get that W-2.
And you know what else people need? Love. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
Now, you said that you had a girlfriend that had you do a vision board. Where's that girlfriend? Y'all still together or y'all broke up?
Broke up.
Sorry to hear it. Are you single now? Ish. Okay.
Ish. I mean, it's gosh, she gonna be pissed when she see this.
You got some time before it comes out.
I'm in that transition space. I'm definitely seeing someone. Seeing someone.
Now, when you think about love and what you want out of it, what's some of the most important qualities that you look for in a woman?
I think just being completely honest, someone that is looking to build a family, to be in that space of building a family. And I say that to say it takes a level of selflessness to truly build in a relationship that everybody isn't ready for. Like some people are still in their grind mode and still in there trying to figure their life out. So when you're in that space, especially in cities like this, where it's a lot of people living untraditional lifestyles that are trying to grind and, start businesses and do things that require a lot of themselves. I think it takes a special person to be able to still be selfless enough to build with someone else so that other person feels like because I honestly feel like for a relationship to work, the two individuals have to die to become one.
Die?
Die is maybe a strong word.
I'm like, now wait a minute.
I just mean your old self.
You can't be thinking about just you. You got to think about us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Ooh,
like maybe die. I don't mean physically die.
Well, yeah.
But I mean death to the old you, to the old selfish. I'm only thinking about myself. I wake up every day and I focus on myself. That has to go if you want it to truly work, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it takes two people that are on that same page. And so I think someone that is in that space that is able to do that, I think is very important. And that's like the top level of importance.
Yeah.
And then the financial responsibility and all of that. Like me, I strive to be a provider. I don't want, my ideal situation is one where I can handle everything. It's, that may not be always feasible, but that's what I'm aiming for.
Right.
So I don't want to come into a situation where I'm like, how much money you gonna be putting into this? Please have some money, but I'm saying I don't
You
want
need
it to
have
be
something.
have something, you know what I mean? But I'm not as big on that. It's nice, but I'm not that huge on it. I'm more on the how much are we able to give to each other to build something new from two individuals coming together as one, to be married, to build a legacy, to have a family. I definitely would like her to love God, and because if we're gonna raise kids together in a family, I want us to be on the same page with that. So yeah,
Do you have children already?
no,
And you want
wanna,
them?
yeah,
How many?
two is good.
Two.
I don't know, like just maybe two.
Some people be like 6, 10,
Nah,
12,
no,
as many.
not in it. This ain't 1947.
I'm telling you, people still say that today, and I'm just like, how and why? Oh, that's a lot of children. A lot of people. Oh, God, it makes my head hurt. Obviously, I have no children because they stress me out. But
really? They stress you out?
That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it is.
And just like entering a relationship, being somebody's whole mama, you definitely got to turn that selfishness off.
Nah,
that has to die.
Oh, big time. You
Absolutely.
have to have time. Yeah, no, your life isn't yours.
I got a dog. I'm happy with my dog for now. We'll see what the future holds. But yeah, I stay in my lane.
It'll happen for you one day.
Huh?
It'll happen.
Don't you? I said maybe. I don't know how. Don't you put that on me?
Hey.
Now look. Some rough days. All right. So we've seen a clip of you. I watched it before you got here. It was like a funny video you did dating a rapper. And then the girl, what is like dating a rapper or something like that. And you're in the studio and the girl is calling and she's upset and leaving a voicemail. And you're like, don't leave voicemails. That does have me thinking differently. Now, I've never dated a rapper, but now I am like, if I was to ever end up dating a rapper, I would never leave a voicemail. I would hate to be the girl in the song.
Yeah, don't
Did you really do that?
No.
No, would you?
No.
It was gonna make it. No.
I mean, nah.
No.
I don't believe in like invading private conversations like that for public consumption. Unless she just like told me to or something.
Like, it's okay. We made it through.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny.
I would definitely have to get her consent.
Yeah.
But I've never just like been secretly recording somebody just to put it out. No.
But the video was funny, and I didn't take it like you would really do it. But I was just wondering, do you like to joke and play around and like use humor?
Yeah, for sure.
To get women, like in your initial approach, or are you more serious and laid back? Like, are you silly?
I think both. Yeah,
both.
I'm definitely silly for sure. Yeah, for sure. I might be calm here, but once you get to know me,
you kind of open up and you can see that other side.
Very. I could probably get annoying. Probably.
Really? What you be doing? Too silly? Playing all the time?
Sometimes I just get in happy moods. I just be like, it's like you just can't stop me. I'm
hyper.
Or
what is the non-calm version of you like? The silly you like?
Just a silly guy. Like just if I want to blurt out something to everybody in the room, in the vicinity, then I'll just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to be more on that back in the day. I've definitely calmed down. But yeah, I like being silly. Yeah.
Now, with your music and then thinking about love, do you ever use music to express how you feel about the women in your life? Or even try to like make a song, whether it was something you put out or just gave to a girl, but like, I wrote this for you?
Yeah.
And what was the reaction? And what was the song about?
There was a song I have called Soul Shaker, which is one of my favorite songs I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And that was about my ex girl who had me write the thing. I
Mm-hmm.
did that kind of in an ode to her.
She shook your soul.
Yeah.
How? What did she do? What was she like?
She was just, at the time, she was amazing to me, and we clicked, and we also went through the pandemic together. So
Ooh.
that was like it was sort of a trauma bond. But
Yeah.
but you know, it was a good thing while it lasted. And so I did that song for her. And I've done like freestyles for other girls, like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I wrote this for you today.
What's usually their reaction when?
Oh, they love it, because
Yeah.
you could tell somebody something, but then if you can poetically tell somebody something, it's like being able to
It's
sing
different.
or being able to play the piano for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
If you can use your talent to impress, I think that's always a thumbs up.
What's the I guess most grand gesture you've ever done to either show a woman that you really cared and appreciated her or try to get her attention?
Wow.
Would it be the song or something else?
Oh man.
Because I would tell everybody if somebody wrote a song about me. You couldn't tell me nothing. I would just be cheesing all the time.
I don't know. I think back in the day, I put someone in an apartment, like paid everything,
Oh,
deposit everything,
well, that is
and
very
put.
grand.
But that was like a long,
Mm-hmm.
long time ago. That was when I was in like early
The song
20.
will last forever,
Yeah.
though.
But that happened a long, long time ago. But probably the song.
Yeah,
Probably the song. I mean, because like
that's
I
forever.
do nice gestures, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably one of them.
Now, what's something that you need from someone that you're dating to feel, I guess, fulfilled in that relationship or appreciated even in that relationship that you think might be overlooked at times?
Just showing that you're in it. You know what I mean?
How do
Like,
they show that though?
I guess I guess we gotta go, because I feel like my love languages change all the time. Sometimes I hate when girls are like, what's your love language? It's, I don't know, but
What is
just
it
show,
now? This week?
what is it this week, right?
Yes.
I can enjoy words of affirmation, acts of
Mm-hmm.
service. Um, I just think that not just talking it, but living it and just doing things, showing that you're in it. Because I'm definitely gonna show. I'm gonna overly show it. So just feeling like it's being reciprocated in some type of way, I think that's always good. Just, it's simple. I'm super simple. I
Mm-hmm.
really don't even like asking for stuff. I don't like
Why do you think
getting
that is?
things. I don't know. I'm just like that. Like, I don't like, and maybe, and what I've learned about myself too, sometimes it can be confidence, because like not being confident enough to feel like you deserve certain treatment. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll just overly give and not even expect nothing back, because I feel like I don't even deserve it yet. Because if I'm not in the ability to buy you a house yet, then I don't feel like I even need to be out. What am I asking for? Like, you need to get it up. You need to
Mm-hmm.
do more. You know what I mean? You're this age now. This is expected. It's not puppy love no more. Like, she doesn't, cards and candy ain't gonna cut it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll feel like if I'm not doing certain things at this level, then why are you asking for things? You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
sometimes that's a mindset that's plagued me, and I have to work through that, because
Yeah.
I do deserve things.
You do.
So, it's just, I just have a problem asking for things. So sometimes I can appreciate whenever, and this might not be good, but just appreciate when you can kind of read my mind. just a little bit.
You know, don't we all wish
Yeah.
that the other person could
Mhm.
read our mind? I do too. I'm like you
Yeah.
in that, not because I don't think I deserve it, but I don't like to ask. For me, I'll tell you, I don't like to ask sometimes because I'm afraid of being disappointed.
Mm.
I'm afraid of you saying you'll do it and you don't.
Mm.
And maybe you thought you could, but something happened and it doesn't work. But it doesn't really matter why. It's just like I knew I should have just did it myself. I should have
Mhm.
followed my first mind.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, and so sometimes I just won't even ask.
Mm.
And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, girl, you gotta get over that.
But do you end up like bottling it in? Like knowing you want it, but you don't ask, so you just hold it in and then you might like
Mm-hmm.
blow up about it later. Or
Mm,
maybe not blow up, but it comes
almost
out
blow
later.
up. Yeah. Like when the tea kettle starts to whistle, but it's not
Mm.
like screaming and you don't think anything's about to blow up. Yeah. When I talked to the lady, she told me to stop doing that.
The lady. Talk to the
When I
lady.
talked to the lady, she told me to stop doing that. That's unhealthy behavior.
Yeah.
Yes. True. I agree. I understand. It's just hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it's also like you don't want to, well, I don't want to feel like I'm nagging either.
Right. Same.
And it's hard to kind of find that balance. But I have to remember that it's hard to read my mind.
Mm-hmm.
People won't know. So you got to
Gotta
speak up.
communicate. Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those things. I do.
It's tough.
They need to figure that out. Like, well, actually, no. I don't need everybody reading my mind. That could go really bad sometimes. Sometimes it's best I keep my thoughts inside. They don't always need to come out now that I'm saying this, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not always so nice. It's difficult. Now, when you are dating someone and you have these feelings and maybe conflict arises or you're unsure of something, who do you turn to in your life for advice? Anyone?
No one.
No one.
No
You
one.
still deal with this yourself. Or therapy?
Therapy, I've been on and off with it. Like I went to therapy for the first time during the pandemic because I
Okay.
feel like everybody was figuring it out then.
Mm-hmm.
And it was okay. And then me and my ex, we did a lot of couples therapy, which was, it was decent, but I used to come unprepared a lot of times to the sessions. So I used to get my butt whooped a lot of times in therapy. Like it would just feel like the therapist and my exes just feel like they was just getting the best of me. And I used to hate it, man. But I'm sorry, I forgot the original question.
I was asking who you turn
Oh,
to.
who I turn to? Look, no one. No one. Like I don't have a consistent therapy. I guess God. Like I definitely pray about a lot of things. And you know, like I watch podcasts, I watch things.
Oh, please don't get too much advice from the podcast.
Right.
Even as a podcaster, you
Right.
got to be careful with us.
Don't even listen to you too much.
Yeah, no.
Nah,
On
for
this
real.
show, you can listen to me. I do another one. Don't you listen to me over there.
Okay.
We just be playing.
Got you. So yeah, I mean, there's not a consistent person that I go to and talk about relationship stuff. No.
Do you want do you wish that you had a friend or a family member that was close that you felt comfortable with, or are you okay with how it is now?
I'm kind of okay with it. I'm kind of okay with it now because it's difficult for me to talk about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that just comes from how I've been. Like
Yeah.
that same kid at 16 when his mom just passed is just kind of blanked out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've always been a level of that.
Yeah.
Since then, and I guess I just enjoy that space because like I kind of talk to myself about stuff and then I keep it moving.
How do you think you would handle dating someone who is like addicted to the internet, social media and stuff, and always wanting to post everything, always sharing stuff about your relationship? Do you think that would annoy you and bother you because it does seem you're pretty private and to yourself?
So it's two different things.
Okay.
Is are they addicted to the internet and just posting, or are they addicted to the internet and posting us and everything about us?
Everything about y'all.
I wouldn't like that too much.
I would hate it.
Yeah.
We played a game earlier and I was like, oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Deal breaker.
Yeah, nah. I don't. I mean, it's cool to post us because I don't want to be a secret. There's difference between private and being a secret. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I would be okay with like, you know, the occasional post, but like every little thing, like we did this today. My man. I don't really necessarily want
Or
that to
fighting on the
be.
internet.
Oh heck no. Oh no. That's the got to get
Mhm.
me to never talk to you ever again if you take our grievances to the internet. Nah, we done.
Yeah, I always wonder what happens when people do that. Like,
Yeah.
were you on drugs? Or
Yeah.
like what caused you to like crash out so bad and like do that? Now everybody's in it. Even when you do that, not on the internet,
Mhm.
with your friends. Yeah, you're saying you don't really talk to anybody about your relationship. I think that
Yeah.
there is a fine line between sharing
Nah,
and looking for advice.
don't take it to the internet. Me and my friends, we argue all the time.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm in an argument now with some of my best friends.
Uh-huh.
But we would never, ever take it to the internet. You know what I mean? Or just share. I feel like certain things are for behind closed doors, but on a
Right.
public front, we stand together for sure. And I think relationships should be the same.
And what's something that you learned about love, I guess, in all of your years and experiences with it, romantic love
Mhm.
specifically, what's something that you've learned and you feel sure about now that you didn't always know or realize when you were younger?
That having someone that you want to grow old with and build a legacy with is very important.
Mm.
Back in the days, be like, I don't care about getting married. You know, especially men, we like pride ourselves on like, man, I did this and that, had this, I had her.
All these
And
women.
it's like you pride yourself on that. And now it's flipped completely. And it's like, man, to be able to find someone that you can sit back and say, I want to grow old with you and let's build a legacy together. That's something that is vital. Like you want that,
Yeah.
you know, so definitely that for sure.
We are going to move on now to our hot take segment. So I'm going to present something to you. And I want you to tell us what your thoughts on it are. Being too positive can hinder your own growth. What do you think about people who think like that or say that?
Too positive.
Too positive.
Like toxic positivity.
Yeah, I think sometimes it is toxic because we do have bad days.
Yeah.
And it is okay to feel something else. And everything's not always okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So like to be like,
sometimes I
oh,
want to
everything's
complain.
great. No.
Yeah. Sometimes I want to complain.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I want to get worked up about stuff. And yeah, I don't like whenever someone's like, why you letting them get to you like that? Why are you even like?
Because I'm a person.
Because that's just what I want to be on right now. You know what I mean? Now,
Mm-hmm.
if it's ruining my life and I'm like letting it drag me down where I'm, you know, not taking care of myself in the right way, then that's a different thing. But, you know, I think it's okay to be upset because life is a up and down. You know what I mean? Like, and bad days aren't some deviation from life. It's life. You know, a bad day is just as much life as a good day. So I think, you know, being able to express it. But people don't want to be around your bad days all the time. And they don't want to always hear about it. You know what I mean? And you can't get mad if they don't want to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think you can be too positive, but
So do you think if you're too positive, it can hinder you really growing and dealing with some of the things that you don't like in your life?
yeah.
If you're too positive? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like you might not even ever allow yourself to cry or to
Feel.
Yeah. So, you know, I think you can be too positive if that's even a thing.
You can. I would feel like they were always on antidepressants, and that's a whole nother
Yeah,
issue.
you just always perked up and
Yeah, like
happy.
something is not natural here. Like, where are your actual feelings?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on to our advice. And so this is a question from a parent. This parent says, my son is in school and he's really struggling with his mental health, is getting bullied, and isn't feeling too confident in himself. As a parent, how do you think I could help him see the light in the tunnel and see what a wonderful person he is in not only our lives, but others?
So it's crazy because I actually work at an elementary school and I work with kids that deal with a lot of mental health issues. Like these kids really be saying they want to kill themselves and they're 9, 10 years old.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and I see it all the time. So that's the $1 million question. I think you have to know your child. I think it's I think it's case by case.
Right.
There's different variables. But I think definitely just getting in their mind and figuring out like, what do you like to do? What makes you happy? What brings out the best the best side of you? Like what gets you going? I think no, you good. I think these kids don't have enough of that. Like they just have people talking at them instead of talking to them so much. They're always just being told what to do, especially a whole lot of kids, their parents don't even have time to tap in with them. They have brothers, sisters, single parents. Like I see it so much. It is crazy the type of things I see with these kids. So I definitely think just having that one-on-one time, because they love coming to me, Mr. Matt, can I talk to you? And I'll pull them out of class, just talk with them. And I hear voices at night telling me to do things. They have all type of stuff going on.
Oh, wow.
And I just talk to them. And I can see that they're visibly better after somebody just listened to them. So a lot of times they just want someone to listen to them and care about what things that they care about.
Yeah.
And feel like they have a little bit of personal attention. But outside of that, man, that's the $1 million question. Cause I feel like when we was younger, we had more physical injuries. Like these kids have mental injuries.
Yeah, they don't go outside and play
big
too
time.
much.
So and I think it's appearance. Like one of the things I applaud my other brother who just came in, Biz. He has a program where he goes to elementary schools and he's a barber too. And he cuts their hair. So because a lot of kids' parents can't afford haircuts all the time, so he has a program where he gets barbers and beauticians that go for the girls, and they'll put some braids in the girls' hair. That's
beautiful.
And he'll cut the hair, and now they go back to class feeling like feeling confident, And I think just doing things like that is what's vital for these kids.
Yeah, I think that sometimes like you don't realize how much a kid needs to hear from their own family, that they're smart, that they're cared about, that they're loved, that they look good. It breaks my heart when I hear kids speak negatively about themselves. I'm like, you are so young. Like, what has even happened to have you having this sort of doubt in your mind? I used to volunteer. Do you know about the Nicholas House here?
I think I've heard of
that. It's a nonprofit and it's transitional housing for families who are homeless. And so they keep the families together. So instead of like a lot of the shelters where they separate the women and the children from the men, they keep everybody together. In a unit.
Nice.
So I would go and I would volunteer with the kids. I tried the little kids and I tried the older kids in high school. Those older kids in high school were mean. But I didn't give up on them. But I get it because I think that they're more angry and frustrated because they're more aware of their current situation,
Right.
But the little kids, they still had more hope. But when I was talking to the older kids, it was like so many of them felt like because of their current circumstance, life was over for them. And I'm like, y'all are 14, 15,
You're
16.
young.
Things can change. You never know. And like, you're listening to somebody tell you that you can't be anything because that's how they feel about themselves.
Exactly.
So I say all that to say, no matter where you are, anything could turn around. And if you know this about your child and you know that your child is being bullied, like you said, talk to them. It is a case-by-case basis. You don't know what's going on in their mind, but maybe if you do, and you can talk to them and figure out a way that they're not seeking validation from other people.
Exactly.
They'll get that inner peace.
Come on now.
It'll turn into an outer glow.
Come on now.
They're not going to be worried about the bullies no more. And that'll help. So hopefully that helps so you can try that. And remember, the kids, they can be tough to talk to. I got a lot of nieces and cousins and stuff. And it takes some warming up to do, but don't give up and just keep trying. Talk about things, make them feel comfortable. You can do it while you're playing.
Yeah.
Try different activities. Do what you can, but definitely talk to them and
it's
try to help them
communication.
out.
Communication is key. Not letting them feel isolated. Things like that.
Well, thank you so much, Translee, for joining us today. I want you to let everybody know where they can keep up with you and check out your music, buy your clothes, and whatever else you have going on.
Thanks for having me. So you can follow me on all social media. That's Translee, Translee. That's my real name too. Translee. Yes. And my clothing brand, Inner Peace Outer Glow, innerpeaceouterglow.com. Spelled just how it is, INNERPEACEOUTER. A lot of people put TT. They like to put two T's in outer.
All right.
Outer Glow, GLOW.com. Right. So that's that. And and also you can search just Translee on all music platforms. All of my projects are out. And my last single, Did Just Fine, is the last song that I put out. Go check that out for sure.
We will. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the xoMAN podcast. I'm your host, Kiara Walker. And until next time, you guys, goodbye.